All right, here we are for this week's edition of the Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. Good matchup between South Beloit and Byron. Byron has made it to the Final Four the last 2 seasons. They want to do it again. South Beloit actually earned a lot of points in round 1 of this season, so I have a feeling this is going to be a very good matchup. We begin with Superior Joining Technologies buzz-in round. It is a buzz-in, so that means if you know the answer, hit your buzzer, make sure I call your name. If you get the answer correct, you get 10 points. If not, the other team gets a chance to steal your 10 points. And we keep going until we run out of time in this round. You do not get to confer, so you're on your own. You ready? Sobos, ready. Tigers, ready. All right, let's begin this week's edition of Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl with this question. Both Gerald Ford and Nelson Rockefeller were appointed vice president under the provisions of what constitutional amendment adopted in 1967? Jordan.
23rd.
Incorrect. South Beloit. Zachary.
25th.
25th. That is right. You're on the board, South Beloit, with 10 points. What man sang the song Lost Stars in the movie Begin Again and rose to fame as the lead singer of Maroon 5? Eric.
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine, correct. 10 points for you. It is now tied, 10-10. What character is told in a dream that, quote, we shall meet in a place where there is no darkness by O'Brien, who then tortures John?
1984.
Who then that's incorrect. Who then, Logan?
Smith.
Yes, Winston Smith. If you let me finish the question, it was who then tortures this man in room 101 in 1984. I didn't get to the this man part. 10 points for Byron, and we move on to a new question. A poem by Wallace Stevens offers 13 ways of looking at what type of bird whose eye, Jordan?
A blackbird.
Blackbird is correct. Eye is the only thing moving among 20 snowy mountains. 10 more points for Byron. What emperor built a palace known as the Domus Aurea was the last, Jordan?
Nero.
Correct. Also ruled during the Great Fire of Rome. 10 points, Byron. What presidential election in which Edward Everett ran with John Bell ended with a victory for Republicans Hannibal Hamlin and Abraham Lincoln? Logan.
1860.
1860, correct, 10 points. What man who holds his hand over a table draped by a red cloth in the Lansdowne portrait is crossing the Delaware in an Emmanuel, Rachel?
Washington.
Washington is correct. What city hosted the 2010 World Expo, has the world's busiest container port at the mouth of the Yangtze River, and is, Jordan?
Shanghai.
Correct. The most populous in China. 34 million people live there, and that's 10 points for Byron. What phylum, whose members have radulas and mantles, includes the class Cephalopoda and Rachel?
Arthropods.
Incorrect. I'll finish for South Beloit. Cephalopoda and Gastropoda, and animals like snails and clams. Zachary.
Mollusca.
Mollusca is correct. That's the phylum that we needed. South Beloit, you get 10 more points. You now have 20. On what day of the Roman calendar in 44 BC was Julius Caesar, Eric?
March 15th.
March 15th, correct. We would have also taken the Ides of March there. 10 points. What author described a creature with eyes of flame that is slain by a vorpal blade in Jabberwocky? A poem that appeared, Rachel?
Carol.
Correct. Lewis Carroll. That appeared in Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. That's 10 points for you, and it's also the last question in this round. That's all we have time for. Byron pulled away in that round, but it's still the first round. There's lots of points left. Byron has 90, South Beloit has 20. We'll take a break and come back with our Rock Valley College volleyball round right after this.